showed me all your favorite things, like peonies after rain. They bloom so big they droop and then collapse. There's too much beauty to sustain. And from the years before you knew me, a lifetime of hurt, you came to me so tender with an openness to show me what you'd learned. From your yard up to your window, when you were too sick to leave, I read you that whole sonnet I projected but soft to reach your balcony. And our cat wouldn't stop crying, with his face pressed against the screen. He couldn't understand why he could hear my voice, but I couldn't come in. And you are a private person, though you played the extrovert. We communicated joy and pain so clearly you could say we are well versed. I spent this morning with my family, but I've seldom felt more alone. They urged me to hit the highway before Diwali so I'd safely make it home. And I wept in the upstairs guest room while my breakfast plate grew cold. And tonight I pushed it 19 over and never saw a single flake of snow. And from the years before you knew me, self-sufficient, self-assured, you came to me so comfortable with an eagerness to show me how it worked. And I sang your song in Newport, how many strangers know our love. And 40 hours later you sat me down and for the last time tried to convince me it wasn't because I wasn't enough. And in Pittsburgh there were pigeons at the table next to me, and I traded them a book so I could bring you something you'd like from out east. See, my neighbor was a painter. She said she had a thing for birds. I spent the weekend showing off your illustration. Now I see what my gift was worth. She usually does portraits, but in this print the birds were paired. What was supposed to be a gesture of how I think of you is now just a souvenir. I just looked up the translation. It means something to remember by. Once we started talking, now all I have is a mental picture of peonies before they grew too high. I'm kind of bumming about the sustain pedal. It's probably user error because 5 artists used it perfectly before I did. Hey, thank you. It's got to be adjusted. So I'm going to perform that entire song again in order to use the pedal and get the emotion across. Yeah, like a lot of my songs, that one, Peonies, I think, brings a lot of different topics and symbols together, so you probably got from the lyrics, but I was touring a lot last year, and that was kind of bound up with like the leaving and the coming home and just different things that happen during those sorts of times and the change of seasons and the dynamism that goes along with that. So I'm gonna do one more song, and then we can all just hang out. The next one I'm gonna play is the song that I released just before that. It came out in February. And like a lot of the people in this room, I spent all of January and February throwing everything else to the side just to do resistance work, just to do work against the occupation. And I know a lot of people in this room were right there with me because I recognize you guys from those experiences. So every time there's that kind of socio-political urgency, I just like get out there in the streets and I do a lot of fundraising and I help do a lot of mutual aid. And I kind of like forget that I'm an artist. And I think that's one of the only times in my life where I'm like, I will deal with my creative expression with my career at another time. And so during those times, I'm typically not very inspired to write music and lyrics about what I'm experiencing. But in the case of the following song, which is called Victorious, there was a night after just doing this work, like day after day, night after night, and I was laying in bed trying to fall asleep with pretty high stress and anxiety. And I mean, the songwriters in the room obviously get this, like sometimes those images just come to you unplanned, like you don't necessarily have a plan for the symbols and the images, but a bunch of stuff was just like popping into my head about everything that we were all dealing with. So I ended up like cooking up rhymes in my notepad and my phone. And then I made it into a song the following morning. And so I just dropped it in February. Is that a fresh enough cut if stuff is already out? I was like very concerned about that. That's okay? Is that okay? It's allowed? In the email, it was like, if it's not from 30 years ago, you're good. It's a new release. And I haven't really written that many songs since these times, so these are the newest songs that I have written, for what it's worth. I've been deep in book world, so I'm like, I do a lot of writing. I thought about reading some of the fiction that I write, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put some love on this roads. Anyway, thank you to Birdhouse for putting this on. This is incredible. The song is called Victorious. To show up to a protest in tactical vests with masks and arrests, they are cowards with wartime guns and federal funds. Feels like their methods adjust by the hour. And we have every reason to be afraid for our own safety. But neighborhoods still turn out with strength in numbers. And we are organized. We stand up for our rights. We won't stop fighting for the lives of others. And it's the kindness that astounds. It's the way that love abounds. From every flower, note, and candle at each memorial. Because the people united will never be defeated. We will rescue ourselves from this dystopia, and we will be victorious. Can you just to face us. I can hear the sound, a peaceful crowd saying, "You cannot erase us." And we have reason to believe in the sense and strength that we will continue to win battles by staying peaceful. And we are organized. We stand up for our rights, and we will stand in passionate crowds of tens of thousands of people. And it's the solidarity that counts. It's the bravery that surrounds every act of selflessness with no thought of history books. Because the people have decided we will never be divided. We will show them Minneapolis, and we will be victorious. There's more of us than there are them, and they can't match the truth our system speaks. We will persist. We will resist. We've done it countless times throughout history. And it's the kindness all around. It's the way that love abounds. From every perfect stranger circled around each vigil. Because the people united will never be defeated. We will rescue ourselves with words and whistles. Let every act of courage be a symbol. Let the whole world watch us send up signals, and let them see that there are more of us, and we will be victorious. That's it for me.